everyone, and welcome to the Equity Team podcast number 4. Keston, James, welcome back. It's nice to have you on the podcast again.
Yeah, thank you.
First time we spoke was on the first episode, and now we're on the 4th episode, and we're really going to concentrate on your specialty, which is the luxury market here in Sedona. So we really wanted to do a deep dive into what kind of properties we can find, what is actually the average price of the luxury market, what's that price point that we start thinking and saying, okay, this is considered a luxury house, and just doing a little bit of market stats about how it's doing right now.
Absolutely, that sounds really fun. I'm excited to do this.
Cool. So what's the status of the market today in terms of luxury, and what is considered luxury here in Sedona?
So I consider luxury here in Sedona at a price of 1.5 million and above. So all of my stats are going to be based on that price.
Yeah.
Just to give you a quick recap of what is going on. So we have a total of 34 listings in Sedona that are above 1.5.
Yeah. And that's 34 out of about 100 listings total right now?
I would say so. About a third of the properties here are considered luxury.
Yeah. So it's a pretty luxurious market when you think
absolutely.
About it.
Yeah. That's going to be the majority of your homes. On average, I would say it's the 2.5 to $3 million range is what most of these listings are resting at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into this a little bit. So in the past 6 months, we've had an average of 114 days on market.
Yeah.
For the properties that have sold.
Yeah.
$575 per square foot.
Okay.
Is what the price per square foot sold has been. So
$550 to $600 per square feet. That's like the average for a luxurious home.
Yes.
Here in Sedona. And the average day on market, you said 114. And I remember a few weeks ago when we spoke, the average day on market in general for all the properties was around 100. So they tend to stay a little bit longer on the market, but has that changed lately?
It has, yeah. So in the past month, that's actually dropped down to 108 days on market.
Okay.
So it seems like the properties are actually starting to sell a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
And price per square foot came down about $10 per square foot.
Okay, so that's not big. But what about the price correction that we hear about, on a national level? How did that affect the luxury market here in Sedona?
Yeah, so the price reductions have been about 15 to 20%.
Okay.
In the past month.
So quite significant.
Yeah, we've seen about a 15 to 20% price reduction on these properties that have recently sold in the past month. But it seems like they're resting now at this price.
Yeah.
Because we had a total of 5 properties above 1.5 million closed in the past 30 days, and 3 of those went down about 15-20%, and 2 of them actually went above asking on the close. So it just depends on where they're priced at.
Yeah. Well, that's quite interesting. So even though we're in this market where everything seems to be falling down, we're still experiencing properties selling above what they're listed at.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's still competition. It means that there's still competition at that price point for the luxury market when you have a really, really good product because the demand is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these homes are pieces of art. They're all unique. They're all so special and different, and so it all depends on what that appeals to with each individual person.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense to them and it calls to their taste and style, and then it can very well be worth more than what someone else would be willing to pay for it.
Right.
Going above asking price.
Like the emotional attachment to the asset because it's just so gorgeous.
Absolutely.
So let's dive a little bit deeper inside of that. What is your favorite property on the market right now in the luxury category?
Yeah, my favorite one. I have a few favorites because there's some awesome properties on the market right now. I have like 6, but I would say let's see here, that The property, the address is 20 Crimson Vista Lane. It's in the village of Oak Creek. It's on like 2.3 acres. It's a 5,400 square foot house.
Wow.
But what I love so much about this property is the outdoor living. It's got this amazing resort style landscaping with grass and flowers everywhere and a beautiful pool and cabana and the views you're seeing the backside of Cathedral, which is a rare view. You know, most of us don't get to see that side of it.
Yeah.
And so you just have the most epic yard to enjoy.
Yeah.
And the home is absolutely beautiful. It's like a Santa Fe style home.
Very popular around here.
Oh yeah, it's
And like you have a really nice pool, and then you have like a guest house and a huge lawn.
Huge patio too, covered patio that goes from the house patio then to the yard.
Yeah.
So it's just
made for entertaining.
So beautiful. It's such an entertainer's home. Yeah, I mean, it's 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Yeah, it's listed at 4.45. Hasn't come down in price at all. It's been on the market for 82 days now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great buy.
And it looks like in that category, some of these properties, they don't move in prices because the owners know the value and they're just really kind of waiting for the right person to buy it. Because as you were saying earlier, it's more of a piece of art, and so the way that you're gonna put a price tag on it is gonna be a little bit differently, especially if you have all these epic Red Rocks views that you cannot just replicate anywhere. Even if you have a new build, most of the time you are not gonna have these views because all these views are already captured by these properties. So they just won't budge.
Absolutely.
They'll be like, this is our home, we love it, this is the price. If you want it, good. If you don't, we'll wait.
Yeah, they know what they got. Why would they sell themselves short?
Yeah.
It's like an artist that works so hard on their work. They're not going to sell themselves short. They know what it's worth, and they'll wait for the right person to appreciate that and to gladly spend that amount of money. I mean, that's what it's worth, is what somebody is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some really interesting properties on the market. They're all so different in their own ways. 85 Peaky Drive's another cool one. It's listed at 2.45, and it's a hacienda style home. Yeah. Which is just super cool. Yeah. It's got all the outdoor courtyard with doors. Each room has a door opening.
Yeah. Bring your whole family kind of vibe and spend 2 weeks around here in Sedona.
Yeah, the old Spanish style, meeting the new age of Sedona. I mean, it's just...
I love that we have a few properties like that around here. They definitely stand out. I think one thing I wanted to talk about is another interesting stat. Right now, the inventory is actually going down. So, during the peak of the market, 2020 and 2021, we had a super, super short amount of inventory, and we had about like a month and a half of inventory in the market. And we know that a healthy market is having 6 months of inventory. And since the beginning of the year, that inventory has slowly started to grow because the pool of buyers has been lowering, and we went all the way to like 3 month and a half, and now this is actually retracting again. And I think this is because sellers understand that it's not a seller's market anymore, it's more of a buyer's market, and a lot of them, they don't necessarily want to sell if they're going to have trouble getting another house because of the interest rates changing and the buyers, really lowballing and everything. So what's happening is the inventory is going down, but the demand is still there. So we're seeing this stabilization that's happening here in Sedona, where the prices are not coming down so much more as they were earlier this year. And in my opinion, they may actually start going back up again.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah. I mean, this whole thing is driven on inventory, right? It's your basic supply and demand here. So, if inventory keeps dropping and demand keeps increasing, which there's no shortage of, we know that there's a lot of people that are eyeing this market. It's a global market. And
we just recently had someone from overseas buying over here with one of our agents, and I've been extremely busy this past month. I've been writing more offers than the past 6 months. So it feels like there's almost an uptick in activity again, because there's some stability that's forming in the price. There's some stability that's forming in the interest rates. And a lot of people are still buying with cash because of all that equity that they built over the past couple of years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of equity going around. Yeah, I think it makes sense if we do see prices start to increase here soon.
Yeah.
You know, the window of opportunity
It's closing.
is closing. So if you're thinking about buying, you should probably do it soon.
Yeah.
Because it's not slowing down like you're saying. It's not.
It's not slowing down. We're just as busy
Yeah.
as ever. But it's a lot more comfortable as a realtor now when you can have all these negotiation tactics with the listing agents.
Yeah.
And like, hey, I have a really hot buyer, and you know, they're rare commodities these days, and they're qualified and they're ready to go. But you know, this is the price that we're gonna go, and that's how we get the deals. And that's also why we experience the price drops, because there's a lot more negotiating and wrestling going on in the realtor game.
Yeah, they're wheeling and dealing right now. They have to, which is great. I mean, yeah, because it wasn't too long ago where we were doing the opposite. We were all in a bidding war with each other, and yeah, that wasn't too fun either. But yeah, I mean, there's been some good price reductions on some of these properties.
Yeah, definitely buy a discount and buy a piece of art and buy a piece of history and of Sedona, and you know, these red rocks are not going anywhere, and you know, snag them while you can.
Absolutely.
All right, Keston. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, and I look forward to having you again. And Happy New Year.
Yeah, I love to be here as always, and can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope it's prosperous and well for you guys, and I look forward to all the positive changes coming in our world. So
love that. Thank you, Keston.
No, thank you.
Have a good one.